the boys on the benches and the boys on the sofa. That sounds like a Dylan Thomas poem or something, I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't? Okay, what does it sound like then? It sounds like a TalkSport voiceover.
Yes, probably, yeah. You're good at that. You should do voices.
Well, you give me some work. I can do the money.
I'd love one.
I'm not joking.
I'd give you advice. I'm not sure I'd give you anything.
Be my agent?
No.
Why? You make 10%.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't tell me. 10% of nothing is still nothing. Oh, God. All right, we're back, thankfully, and that means I don't have to talk to Jonathan for at least 3 minutes. But what we are going to talk about in this lovely, beautifully formed part is the matches I so shamefully missed talking about on the show last week. And we all know why I couldn't go, so I won't go into that. But we should do them justice, because I thought they were two super wins, particularly the Arsenal win, which we are going to start off with. You know, we've got about 20 minutes to talk about these, 10 minutes on each, I think. But my memory it's quite interesting actually, because I'm not going to do this like we normally would, but we get 20 minutes to talk about each game. But you're just kind of thinking back to it, because it's obviously a couple of weeks since I've seen the game, but that run by Hazard for the penalty.
That would have been one of the greatest goals.
Wouldn't it?
If he'd gone and scored, that would have been one of the best live goals I've ever seen at the Bridge.
Isn't Koscielny a complete Burke though?
Boscielny, because they call him at Arsenal.
Boscielny?
Yeah, he's that good.
Boss, as in boss.
Yeah, boss.
Oh, Bants, mate.
Yeah.
Great Bants. Great latte Bants.
Yeah.
Lovely.
We're there. I can't even say the
Yellow
word.
Card Chambers as well, haven't they got?
Yeah,
well,
6 and 6 or something.
I thought he was lucky to stay on the pitch.
Koscielny first. Koscielny. What do you realise? He's given something like 7 penalties. He's given more penalties away than anybody in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's a complete spanner.
He was lucky not to get a red.
He should have got a red. Should have got a red.
It's an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. It's a red.
Yeah,
it's a straight red. Not even a second. Yeah, it's straight red.
Just denying a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
What a bird!
I don't understand why the referee wasn't pilloried more for not sending him off.
You're right. I think the ref was atrocious for both sides. Because arguably Cahill could have gone for that tackle. I mean, a bit like the Aspie one. He's not a malicious player, but horribly mistimed and dangerous. Got to go. But I think the weird, funny thing is that it didn't matter, because it kind of equalled itself out, really, didn't it? And it just didn't matter. But on another day, say we hadn't have won 2-0. Say it had been 2-1 to them. I mean, I'd have been absolutely potty about it.
If the Fabregas handball had been given when at the edge of the area when he blocked it and he held his hand up still, that would have made it 1-1, and they were absolutely incandescent about
that was not a clear cut. Though,
well, I've seen them given though.
Yeah,
that old phrase,
we've all seen them given.
But he couldn't do much about it.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't have got his arm.
But you still shouldn't really rush towards the ball. You're going to block it with your hand up like that.
No, I know. I think he was just waving to somebody in the crowd.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah.
It's pretty even though, wasn't it? It's pretty even. Well, the amount of fouls that were going on.
Yeah. Why do you think it was an even game?
Well, we made one bad tackle, didn't we?
Oh, you mean
it's going back a couple of weeks now, so I'm a bit.
No,
isn't it?
No, in terms of the could have been sendings off and that.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Chambers should have gone off.
Even.
Because that was
ridiculous. That was another.
And Welbeck.
Welbeck. On another day, if that hadn't been in the 93rd minute, it'd have been off.
That guy was.
You know, so. Or the Prince of Fresh Air?
Fresh Air.
Prince of Fresh Air, that's quite a good name for him.
But they call him that guy Welbs at Arsenal.
Welly, isn't he? Welly.
How do you know all of this? The secret Guna?
No, my friends.
You have to fight for your right to party.
Shameful
they all talk together, so you just
I haven't got anything interesting to say, don't worry, I'm here to look pretty.
Oh, no. Was that what they're saying on social media?
No, they're not. Just a lot of praise for Eden Hazard, really. Perfect example of him making the difference. Wonderful balance and denied a wonder goal.
Is that Joe Tweeds again?
Yeah, it is. He's
a
got a lot to say.
He has. And it's usually all good, actually, if I know Joe.
It is.
Anyway,
great writer,
two great chances
great
in that
writer.
match as well.
Two what?
There were 2 great chances in that match.
There were they? Go on, tell me more.
One was you've had your day out.
You've had your day out, so please go home.
Please go home.
Yeah. What was the other one?
And the other one was, is there a fire drill?
Oh, yeah, because they all disappeared, didn't they? Horrible, absolute, the most Burkish fans out there.
Who lets off a flare in their own concourse?
In their own concourse?
Yeah. In their own concourse, and then blame Chelsea for it.
How could they blame?
Because
did they seriously blame Chelsea?
Because it's red. Because we've got red flares.
Now hang on, not in my wardrobe, son. Red's bad. Red is bad.
I've had a maroon pair.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Lovely. Wait, sorry, Seb. Failure to compute. What do you mean they were blaming Chelsea?
Yeah, they're blaming the Chelsea stewards and the police because they. Obviously, it was let off, and then the police said we're checking everyone for flares and so forth. So obviously, half the Arsenal fans didn't get in until about 20 minutes into the game. So, but whose fault is that?
Well, they delayed the start by 15 minutes.
But just defies logic and sense to me. I mean, if you're gonna take a flare to a match, you take it so you can let it off after a goal is scored for your side, preferably. That's why. So I'll address the camera. I know a lot of Arsenal fans love watching this show because, let's face it, all of your podcasts and shows are absolute rubbish. This is how it
Pray
works.
for Claude.
You take a flare to the football, you go inside the ground, you stash it away down the back of your trousers or whatever, right? You score a goal. I know you didn't score one, so this would have been inappropriate. But let's say you had scored a goal. You then take it out, then you let it off, and you will go mental. That's football, really, isn't it? Very simple. I find it so hard to talk about Arsenal fans without swearing or saying something inappropriate.
No, you have to credit them with some common sense, though, because they'd been late getting into the game, but they didn't want to be late twice, so they left it.
Absolute muppets.
Lack of education.
Lack of education, Safe.
Okay.
Quite right. There's so much in this game. I forgot about that. The Mourinho and the Wenger.
Oh
spat.
yeah.
You were there.
I loved that. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Go
Good
on.
bit of
Expand.
television.
Good bit of TV.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I think Mourinho got that wrong.
He should have smacked him.
Well, no, he's so much shorter than Wenger. He should just headbutted him.
But I don't
Should have done
understand.
Zidane.
Why didn't the FA
Put the nut in.
throw the...
Put the net in, son. It's a corner.
It's a corner.
Ooh, it's a corner. Ooh, it's a corner.
It's a
Why
corner.
didn't the FA throw the book at Wenger for pushing...
Because he'd have read it.
Because he wrote it.
That was dreadful, Ross. How dare you?
What did he say?
He said, my joke was dreadful.
Oh, okay.
It's true what Jonathan says.
Well, it's true that my joke was dreadful.
Well, that as well as
Actually,
that.
was true. It was dreadful.
As well as if that had been Mourinho,
I know.
it would have.
The
They
hypocrisy.
He'd
would
have been
have
sent to the stands for the next
Hypocrisy
5
is
games.
just absolutely flabbergasting, isn't it?
And then he made a statement after that, Wenger, didn't he? Saying
Saying
that
sorry.
he hadn't been in.
Yeah.
But he hadn't been in the box, into the
Technical
technical area, which was absolute rubbish. He walked straight into the technical
I know.
area.
He said
That's
he-
why Mourinho.
In a malicious fashion.
Yeah, very malicious.
and he said he
fashion,
wasn't-
very
he's-
aggressive malicious.
I
fashion.
love the fact that apparently Mourinho told him where he could go, frankly.
He was
And I-
oozing vitriol.
No, but I mean, apparently Mourinho relayed it back afterwards, saying, he tried to get into my technical area, and I told him where he could go.
He said he tried to go
With
from
a
A
straight
to.
face,
He said he was trying to get from A to B, and someone was in my way. Well, like,
He can't even bring himself to mention Mourinho's name. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, I think the sort of overall conclusion is that they both hate each other.
Yep.
They're never going to like each other. And
because Mourinho's
expect
always
more of
got
that to
one
come.
over him.
There you go. Sense and decorum. So anybody would have thought you've got an earpiece. If you haven't got a little earpiece like this on.
no, I
have you?
haven't. Me and Ross have talked before.
You're doing. Oh, you what? You and Ross have been talking before.
No,
That's so
I'm joking. I'm
forbidden.
joking.
Telepathic.
Yeah, maybe they're psychic. They're like that. What's that film?
Sidekick.
Carrie.
What's Ross
isn't it?
saying?
Thankfully, you weren't
We
born
should
when
have
that
what
film.
Ross says
Oh, gosh.
blazed so everybody hears
Do you know
it.
what we should have actually,
Auto
Jonathan?
cue.
Or you ought to give
Yeah,
us the words on the back.
The
Should come
thoughts
out.
of Ross
Yeah.
should come out on
Come
the
out every
screen.
time. I agree.
Chidge's bad joke.
Yeah.
That's, but when I did that bad
Tumbleweed.
joke, what would you have had on the screen? That's dreadful. It would have been
Yeah,
brilliant.
it would have been great. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Or at
that.
least have him booming out like the voice of God.
You remember Red Dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah, Holly, the computer.
yeah,
What
yeah.
we need is like a
hologram.
Ross's big head.
A
Can we talk
Rossogram.
about something more modern?
No.
I've got no idea. Me and Seb just haven't
Go
got a
and
clue.
Google it.
I know.
Google
What's
it.
his name? Charles, isn't it? That
Yeah,
bloke
Google
Charles.
it.
He's now singing the song in my ear. This is just too surreal.
No, I don't
But
think
we should have
Sophie,
Ross's big head there.
Yeah, that's not fair, Sophie, because
Big
it's
head, I
iconic comedy.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not knowing about it is
He was in it.
something you should
Right.
know.
He was also in Rent-A-Ghost. Go and Google that.
Rent-A-Ghost.
Rent-A-Ghost. And Mr. Pitkins. He was the monkey. in
No,
Mr.
no, I
Pitkins.
wasn't top off the monkey in
You
that.
didn't top off the monkey?
No, I didn't top
certainly
off.
hope you did.
I was the human in that. I'm proud of that as well. It was a good series. I have no problem with that.
I think I'm going to have to watch to laugh, aren't I?
You do. Watch the programme back later, take notes, and then come
Yeah.
and ask me if there's anything you didn't
I'll Google
understand.
everything,
All
yes.
right, okay. All right, okay. Moving swiftly along, I thought the Mourinho and the Wenger spat was actually hilarious. But, I mean, if I'd have been Mourinho, I'd have chinned him. I mean, the man is itching for a smack, isn't he? Let's face it, Wenger, he really is. But his meltdown is just so hilarious. I mean, you know what? You know what they say? Remember that whole thing, where people used to say that when you have a dog, right, quite often the dogs and their owners are almost, like
They become
identical.
similar, yeah.
They
after a
become
bit.
similar.
Yeah.
I think Wenger and Arsenal fans are the embodiment of each other. Horrible little whiny peasants. They really are, aren't they? You can tell that Mourinho is so and Chelsea are so under his skin. He's like so.
If you've never won against them,
he hates us, just like his fans. They're the same on Twitter. You know, the minute you mention the word Chelsea, they go into apoplexy about it.
No class.
Meltdown.
That's what they say.
class.
No class. No passion. Inherited money.
Oh no, the Arsenal fans have taken to a new level.
Apparently, it was prawn sandwich eaters and chavs at the same time.
And plastic at the same time. Yes, it doesn't make
all
any
that
sense.
money, but no class.
Yeah.
And Red Boys as well.
Anyway, the other, very quickly.
Every one of those Chelsea fans.
Thank you, Seb. Courtois got Bosch on the head. Did we deal with it okay? I thought it was really unfair that we seemed to get a lot of flack for not dealing with it properly, and I felt that we did. I thought Eva did exactly what she was supposed to do in the letter.
I thought it was great, yeah.
Yeah, you were happy.
I think the hint though was the bleeding from the ear. I think when
But
that
it was a cut.
when that
It was
happened.
a cut in
Well,
the ear,
well,
not
no,
from
but
within
was
the
it?
ear.
But was it? I don't know. We didn't
No,
find
it
that
was.
out.
It was
If
a
it was a
cut.
cut, that was fair enough.
Yeah,
but-
you know.
You have to be careful with those sorts
You
of
do.
situations. What was that game when the guy was allowed to stay on after he
Lloris, yeah.
I can't remember. I don't
But he's
really
a
know.
Spurs player, so no.
Obviously, and in the World Cup final, one of the players was wandering around saying to the referee, "Is this the final?" He actually said after he'd been hit in the head.
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
remember who that
yeah.
was.
There's that great joke, isn't there? You know, you'd like this, old school. Sorry, and Martin, old school people. But isn't it? You know, striker gets kicked in the head really, really hard, and he's knocked out, and the physio rushes on, and the manager before he says, "What shall I say to him?" He said, Tell him he's just scored a hat-trick and to carry on. Remember that one? He's obviously, it's the kind of thing you say to Torres, isn't it? Who am I? Who am I?
No, he
Who am I? You're Didier Drogba. You just scored a hat-trick.
He demanded to be substituted for a lie down.
We should move on. I mean, look, just to wrap up the Arsenal game, because this is descending into chaos and anarchy as always. But just to summarise the Arsenal game, I actually thought Arsenal did better than they normally do. They gave it a go. They pressed us.
They played a lot better.
Yeah.
I thought we didn't even get out of second or third gear.
I don't think we had to. But I noticed that they didn't leave us as much space as they normally do.
Because it could have been 5 or 6 again.
They didn't push.
Had they?
Also, they didn't attack as much as they normally do.
But it is absolutely.
I mean, they were more intent on kicking lumps out.
They were.
But they were more physical.
Yeah,
they were.
They still felt their inability to shoot, which is quite normal.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think they kind of did better than they normally do. But I just think it's just hilarious how inept they are and
I thought it
how
was so wonderful that the goal was provided by Fabregas.
Yeah. Well, of course, it was a beautiful goal, wasn't it? But it's hilarious. It's hilarious how we've got such an Indian sign over. I just want my final comment on the Arsenal Chelsea match. We got a lovely photograph which really embodies everything. There we go. Oh, you! Yes, you! Stop what you're doing and laugh at Arsenal. There we go. Should we just take that one in? Let it seep in for a minute. Says it already, doesn't it? It's lovely. All right, okay. Now, that was great fun, and I look forward to beating them again later in the year. We should also talk about the Sporting Lisbon game, which actually, that was quite a tricky away tie in Europe. Sporting Lisbon away.
They don't lose much at home.
Yeah, they hadn't lost in 16 games.
Yeah, exactly.
But we made it difficult. We should have been about 4-0 up about 10 minutes.
We did. We battered them, but we were very profligate, weren't we? So
to be honest, though, like how many Euroways have we been on, Seb? Quite a lot. And apart from the finals in Amsterdam, Munich, we don't play particularly well away from home.
Okay, let me ask you another question, Sophie. How many European aways that you've been on with Seb do you actually remember?
All of them, apart from PSG. I was having an off day.
Good. Did you have more shots on target at PSG away than Chelsea did at Sporting Lisbon?
No. Do you know what the problem is? Have you ever been on a Euroway with Dan Banks? You have.
Yeah, we have.
He's the problem.
Banksy.
Oh, Dan,
You're the problem, Dan.
Yeah.
That's why I get myself into such.
Say it into the camera. Look at the camera now.
I said Dan.
Say it again.
He's a bad influence.
Banksy.
Don't go anywhere near Dan Banks.
Exactly. There you go. You're being
I
told.
can vouch for that.
There we go. I've seen the photographs. I think they look great fun. I was actually incredibly jealous when I saw them because I was like, you lot are having an absolutely ridiculously good time, drinking shots and getting mashed.
It comes to a point where even if you do lose or you draw, you've still had a great day out.
I had a good time though. I just went to a little French restaurant there, And,
well, we didn't get to the restaurant.
Had some frites,
Yeah.
We went to McDonald's after the game, didn't we?
Did you have a hamburger royale?
Not my classiest moment.
Croque monsieur or something.
Croque monsieur.
Better
than a cock monsieur, mate.
Cheese on toast to you.
Yeah, I know what it is.
You can speak French, can't you, Seb?
Oui.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody? You didn't go to the Sporting. You weren't in Lisbon. No, you weren't in Lisbon.
I didn't go either. No.
Okay.
Maribor next.
I think you're right. Actually, what we say we were really profligate, and I think we were. Schürrle particularly was very wasteful, and Willian. But did the keeper not have a blinder though? I mean, Mourinho went up and actually made a beeline for him, didn't he? Shook his hand.
But yeah, I mean, we could have scored in the first minute, couldn't we? When Costa
should have scored.
It should have gone round him, and that would have been slightly.
I think the keeper had an absolute.
No, it was like the Bolton keeper. He had an absolute worldie.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I can remember Brad Friedel doing it to us on a number of occasions.
Yeah, they've all done it. I mean, actually, funnily enough, Palace last year, Speroni had an absolute blinder. I thought last year, didn't they? They do. You know, these weird keepers tend to have great games. But I can't even remember the guy's name now. But I know he had a great game. One of the funniest moments in the entire game for me was Costa went on you'll appreciate a bullocking run.
A bullocking run. Yeah, the guy tried to mow him down.
Tried to take him out.
Had the injury.
Cut, bleeding, damaged, bones broken. I so laughed my head off when that happened. Don't you mess with Costa, son. That's what happens. I thought that was hilarious. Did you like that?
Yeah, I love that.
Good. Okay, what are they saying on there? Anything exciting? Or are they still going on about
Matic? Your iPad is frozen on me,
frozen.
Actually. But don't worry, give me 2 minutes.
It's because they're all talking about Matic. You've frozen Twitter on Chelsea FanCast because you're all talking about Matic. Actually, talking about Matic, he had a decent game.
He actually scored the winning goal.
Special header.
They're now talking about Matic's special header in the game.
Yes, that's what they're saying. That's what Diane's saying.
Diane's lovely. You'd like Diane. She likes to drink all 5. Basically, she does.
I wouldn't cross her in the street.
She wouldn't mind me saying that. She's from Dubai. She likes to party.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, if you ever go over to Dubai, and I'm sure you probably will sometime soon, you need to get hold of Diane and Yusuf and Sammy, and they will take. They have this place called the Marina. Loca Bar, isn't it? Loca Bar, and they all watch Chelsea and Loca Bar.
Carefree in the UAE.
Yeah, Carefree in the UAE. I went there a couple of years ago and got absolutely smashed.
So I bet it's like shots for 50p.
Oh, it's just.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I was so drunk I don't even remember what I was drinking. But I can tell you this: I saw the Fulham game in there when David Luiz scored that absolute screamer.
One of my favourite goals.
And I literally ran around the bar going absolutely loony. I'd never seen anything like it. It was great fun. Anyway, how long have we got? How much time have I got? 2 minutes. Thank you. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, I know. We're going to talk about something sensible. Oh, okay. Yes, I know. I knew I'd written something sensible down here. The sensible thing about the Sporting Lisbon game, as I kind of prefaced earlier on, really, it was quite a tough game, and we got a win, which is all we needed to do. Matic's great header. But we actually really needed to win that game. Having drawn that first game with Schalke, that was important to win that game. And I think it's another example of us really putting quite a ballsy performance when we had to, grinding one out.
Yeah, I think we would have maybe drawn that last year as well. But obviously it's really helpful that the other game was a draw as well.
Doesn't it just? We're in control of the group.
We're going to be careful tomorrow night as well, Maribor.
We need to win.
Because they've got 2 points. And everyone thought they'd be the what do you call them?
Whipping boys.
Whipping boys, that's it. So, yeah, we've got to be careful tomorrow
night. But we were all over them. I just love the fact we do play against teams now and completely destroy the opposition. I think it's
we should have really battered Sporting. Maybe we were being Sporting to Sporting. We're not battering.
Unlikely we were being Sporting in Sporting.
Tomorrow is important, you're right. I think it's one that's not to be taken lightly because Maribor are no idiots.
No, well, they played really well against Schalke. They should have won that game.
Well, remember their 57 fans that went to Celtic Park? Burning Celtic. I mean, they went to 57 of them. Only 57 went to Celtic. This is for real. They were like burning their Celtic shirts, calling them. They're nutters, mate. Where is Maribor? Is it Slovenian or
Slovenia?
Slovenia? Transylvania?
Slovenia. I thought I was going to Slovakia the other day.
You say Slovenia, he says Slovenia.
I can count to 10 in Slovenian.
Can
you?
Oh my God.
Could you do that for us?
Off you go then,
yes,
Martin.
come on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
That's quite stunning. On that bombshell of Dr. Mott being able to count to 10 in Slovenian, I think we should go and have a lie down. Or more to the point, make him go and lie down. Anyway, we will be back after the break when we're actually going to talk about some very intelligent things and some bit of ranting from me. We'll see you in a second.
Woo.